You have always been the creator of your life, whether you realized it or not. But if you wish to create, there is one rule above all else. The first law of the creator is this: do not react to anything outside of you. Reaction is the language of the unconscious, but the language of the creator is response. The creator waits, sees, knows, and only then responds. This is the way the creator acts. Not by the impulse of external forces, but by intention, by aligning with what the heart truly wants. Not from the mind, which is constantly trapped by the illusions of ego, but from the heart, which is forever connected to your highest self. Yet most people live the opposite way. They react instantly, without thought, without awareness. Something happens, and their emotions like fear, anxiety, or anger take control, forcing them to react and shaping their reality for them. They do not act, they are acted upon. And here is the hidden truth. If you are always reacting, you are not the creator of your life. You are an effect, an echo of the world around you, controlled by events, by people, by forces that you see or maybe you don't even see. But the creator, the one who truly creates their life, they respond, not react. This is what separates the weak from the strong, the lost from the awakened, the prisoner from the master. So now, by the end of this journey, we seek to transform ourselves, from one who merely reacts to events, to one who responds with the wisdom and clarity of the highest self. You will understand how to reclaim your mind, break free from reaction, and embody the Creator's power within you. To truly create, you must understand one thing: reaction is not your choice. It is an automatic response shaped by past experiences, conditioning, and unconscious patterns. When something happens, your body reacts before your awareness even catches up. A harsh word, an unexpected event, a sudden challenge, before you know it, you're consumed by emotions. Frustration, anger, fear, or excitement surge through you, and without thinking, you act. But who is acting? Is it truly you, or is it the echoes of the past? This is what most people don't realize. Reaction is slavery. Response is mastery. The difference? Reaction is instant. Response is deliberate. Reaction is a storm, pulling you into the chaos. Response is the stillness of the Creator, the ability to stand at the center of the storm and choose. Imagine one of our ancestors, deep in the ancient jungle. He has spent the entire day hunting, and fortune has favored him. He has caught enough food to feed his family. With a heart full of triumph, he begins his journey home. But suddenly, a tiger emerges from the shadows. Its eyes, sharp as blades, lock onto him. The air grows heavy. This is the moment where fate splits in two. There are two choices, but only one is the path of wisdom. The first choice, reaction. His instincts scream, his body tenses, and he grips his weapon. He lunges into battle against the beast, but the tiger is stronger, faster, unforgiving. In the grip of reaction, he loses himself and becomes prey. The second choice, response. He takes a breath. He does not react. He assesses. He knows the tiger only wants the hunt. So he throws it aside and runs. He does not fight a battle he cannot win. But here is where wisdom enters. Because he did not lose himself to reaction, he wins something far greater: insight. Later, in the safety of his tribe, he reflects, why must I always flee? What can I do next time? And in that space of awareness, the first sparks of invention are born. He crafts a spear, a trap, a strategy. This is how humanity rose above the beasts. Not through reaction, but through response. And this story is not just ancient history. It is the blueprint for life itself. The tiger still exists. It just looks different now. A bad news, a betrayal, an insult, a sudden challenge. Most people react. They fight the tiger head on. They explode with anger. They argue. They let fear take over. And in doing so, they lose themselves. But the wise do not react. They pause. They see. They know. They do not fall into the trap of the moment. Instead, they respond when the time is right. And in that space between reaction and response, creation happens. This is how problems become opportunities, how challenges become innovation, how the weak become the wise, and how you become the creator of your life. Everything that seems to be against you can appear in one of two ways. It can trap you. It can pull you into reaction, making you lose yourself, repeating the same suffering again and again. Or it can empower you. It can give you the opportunity to expand, to rise beyond it, and to master your reality. And the answer to which path you take is determined by one simple question. Who do you believe you are? Do you see yourself as someone who can be hurt by external forces? Do you see yourself as someone who is conditioned by events, changed by circumstances, controlled by others? Or do you see yourself as something higher, as the one who cannot be broken, the one who cannot be defeated, the one whose true self is beyond all external factors? The choice of identity is the difference between the prisoner and the creator. When you believe that the world can break you, that others can define you, that external forces have power over your state of being, you unknowingly create chains. You react, and in that reaction, you lose a part of yourself. And because you lose yourself, you seek control over things you were never meant to control. You try to force people to behave a certain way. You try to control outcomes. You fear uncertainty. And in this way, you create an endless cycle of suffering. Because the more you react, the more you reinforce the illusion that you are weak, that you are at the mercy of life. But the Creator does not live this way. The Creator does not fight the waves of life. He sees them. He moves with them. He knows that external forces can only show themselves in words, in actions, in fleeting moments of pain. But they can never change what He chooses to create. And this is where the greatest realization emerges. Power and intelligence are already within you. The way you respond to life is not just about shaping your external reality. It is about discovering who you truly are within it. Everything that happens outside of you is just a reflection. It only has power if you give it power. The question is, do you see yourself as someone controlled by the world, or as the one who chooses how to meet it? Someone insults you. If you react, you hand them control. If you remain centered, their words dissolve into nothing, revealing that your strength was never dependent on their opinion. A temporary failure happens. If you react with fear, you reinforce weakness. If you respond with wisdom, you turn that failure into a strategy to reach your highest purpose, proving that setbacks do not define you. Your response does. Unexpected challenges arise. If you react with frustration, you become a victim of circumstance. But if you respond with awareness, every obstacle becomes a stepping stone to mastery, revealing your ability to transform adversity into expansion. The world does not define you. You define the world, not by controlling it, but by choosing how you meet it, and in doing so, discovering who you truly are. This truth has been whispered through the ages, hidden in the words of the great spiritual texts. The Creator does not react, He responds. And those who seek to embody this divine intelligence must learn to do the same. The Quran reveals the secret. Good and evil are not equal. Repel evil with what is better, and your enemy will become as close as a devoted friend. This is not just about morality, it is about mastery. When you respond instead of react, you shift reality itself. You take control over the energy of the situation. You move beyond the illusions of opposition and transform circumstances into opportunities. And then to respond wisely, one must know. and knowledge does not arise in chaos. It is born in stillness. The Bible echoes this truth. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness is the state of the Creator. In stillness there is knowing, and in knowing there is no fear. And where there is no fear, reaction disappears. It is in this space of deep awareness that true wisdom arises, the ability to act with divine intelligence rather than be controlled by emotions. Yet, stillness alone is not enough. One must also master the self. The Torah speaks of this mastery. Who is mighty? He who controls his own spirit. True power is not over others, it is over the self. The one who controls their own spirit is beyond external forces. No person, no event, no situation can shake their foundation, because they are not controlled by the world. They create it. This is the path of the Creator, the path of those who refuse to be shaped by reaction, but instead choose to respond with wisdom, intention, and awareness. The moment you stop reacting, you reclaim your energy. The moment you respond with wisdom, you reshape your reality. The power of the Creator is not outside of you. It is within you. All that remains is a choice. Will you continue the cycle of reaction, or will you rise into the mastery of response? The world will test you, challenges will come, but when they do, pause, see, know, then respond. This is how you step into your highest self. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever faced a situation where you chose to respond instead of react? Or maybe you've seen how reacting can trap someone in a cycle of suffering. Share your experiences in the comments. Let's learn from each other and help one another step into the strongest version of ourselves. So let's start. How have you seen the power of response in your life?